make and develop new tools. And this development and making of new tools is what we call technology. And I told you already, my background, I'm an economist by training. There's one kind of technology that we're getting particularly excited about, and this is what we call a general purpose technology. And a general purpose technology has the ability to fundamentally change the way how we're living together and also our economy. And if we look at our very short human history, we see that actually most of those technologies that we have developed always have helped to augment mainly our physical abilities. So think about the written language, which completely changed how we could communicate or store histories. Let's think about the plow, which completely changed how we live together because now we could do farming. Or think about the printing press, which changed how we copied and multiplied information. And think about, for instance, the car, which completely transformed the way how we get from A to B. And only very, very shortly, so less than 100 years ago, we have for the first time the ability not only to augment our physical capabilities, but also our cognitive capabilities. And this we have with the advent of computer, and especially with artificial intelligence. And what is so interesting about AI or intelligence is this is one of the requirements for us to develop new tools. So when you ask yourself, why is technology seemingly happening faster and faster and faster, and we've been moving faster and faster and faster, it's because we're now able to augment our own intelligence. There's another thing about general purpose technology that we see that at the beginning they're often quite basic, they get more sophisticated over time. So think about the printing press, how expensive it was to maintain one, how few there were, how many people you needed to work one or get one working. And now in kind of like the Western world, almost over half of the household have their own printer at home. Or think about the cars, the first car, and now we are on the verge of self-driving cars. The same is true for artificial intelligence. It's nothing new. I mean, we have been talking about AI since 1956, when this group of white men came together and were very optimistic that they were actually able to achieve within, I think, 6 weeks, that they can actually hard code the way how we humans learn and think. They had to realize it was not as easy as this, and it took a couple of more years to really have kind of like the first breakthroughs. And for me, one of the first breakthroughs is when IBM developed the first algorithm that was able to beat the world reigning champion in chess. Now you have to think about chess. It's a game that's relatively easy for a computer to master because you have kind of like these pawns that have fixed rules how they can move. So you can, with enough computing power, calculate what is the best move given your opponent. There are games that are incredibly more difficult in situations where this is not possible. I brought you one example here. Who of you knows this game? Yeah? What makes the game, what is called? Go. What makes it so special?
As a game, I haven't really played it much.
Too many opportunities to move around. So just for an explanation, it's very similar to chess. It's revered as one of kind of like the ancient arts in Asia, and they teach it actually at kindergarten, together with dancing and writing and stuff. And you have two players, black and white, just in chess. The goal is to capture as much space as possible, and there are almost no rules, so you can place them at all of the intersections, and that gives the game more possible states than there are atoms in the universe. So we thought in order to solve this with a computer, this is something impossible or very far away, and we always need something like human intuition. Well, give it 19 years, and there was a company that was then acquired, or before already acquired by Google, called DeepMind, and it's very interesting, remember the name, because this history is closely related to the history of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, and they were able to beat the world-reigning champion in Go with their algorithm called AlphaGo. And there's a documentary, and I want to show you a small outtake of the second play, where it's the move 37, where it says, or it shows for the first time, where they say a computer showed something like creativity. And here it goes.
Listen, go too small. And AlphaGo just play, don't think about the opening will be zero or not. So Ajab sees AlphaGo plays the move 37, and Ajab puts the stone in the board.
와 정말 생각지도 못한.
네.
The value of that.
That's a very surprising move.
I thought it was a mistake.
When I see this move, for me it's just a big shock. What? Normally human will never play this one because it's bad. It's just bad. We don't know why. It's bad.
But it's a little bit high.
Yeah.
It's fifth line. Normally you don't make a shoulder hit on the fifth line.
So coming on top of a fourth limestone is really unusual.
Yeah, that's an exciting move. I think we've seen an original move here. That's the kind of move that you play go for.
Hey.
Interesting stuff.
This fifth line shoulder.
I wasn't expecting that. I don't really know if it's a good or bad move at this point.
The professional commentators almost unanimously said that not a single human player would have chosen move 37. So I actually had to poke around in AlphaGo to see what AlphaGo thought. And AlphaGo actually agreed with that assessment. AlphaGo said there was a 1 in 10,000 probability that move 37 would have been played by a human player. So it knew that this was an extremely unlikely move. It went beyond its human guide and it came up with something new and creative and different.
So, and it turned out that move 37 was actually the game-deciding move. And if you have time, it's a documentary you can watch for free on Netflix or YouTube, and I can highly recommend it. It's called AlphaGo. And I think it shows very nicely that how kind of like these borders are always changing from what we think the machine can do and what the humans can do. And for me, this was actually the start of the age of artificial intelligence. And something that you might have heard already, I think is very true. AI is often called the new electricity because just as electricity changed 100 years ago every sector and every industry, AI is going to do the same and is already doing the same. And you just need to go look at last year's conference, shareholder conference of Google, and there was only one topic.
AI, generative AI, generative AI, generative AI, AI as AI. It uses AI to bring AI.
So, and this brings me to myself. So you can see I'm a lecturer at the Technical University of Munich. You can see really the trend or this hype in AI has been increasing. So this was my lecture, AI for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So I'm teaching not how to build artificial intelligence, but actually how to apply and how to manage it. It was 40 students. And then just 1 year later, after ChatGPT, I have over 1,000 students that are always coming and joining. So who am I, what I'm doing? My name is Tristan. I'm an entrepreneur. I used to be AI lead at AI Founders, which I built up. AI Founders is one of the biggest startup incubators in Europe. I'm a lecturer for the application of AI at the Technical University of Munich and also at the Munich Business School. I used to be a senior AI strategist at Applied AI, which is one of the largest initiatives for the application of artificial intelligence. I'm a faculty member for Gen AI and AI at BCG. Nowadays, I'm mainly working as a freelancer, working with different organizations, governments, helping them to understand the age of AI and to get ready to be AI first. And this is something I want to talk about today. I thought about a little bit of various topics. And first, before I start, I kind of like want to know a little bit more about you. And